They want to they want to they want to make it coincide with somebody's idea of what a park should be like. And I think it's an idea that comes maybe from Europe, where we have a pastoral tradition where farm country is what we like. It's open park-like. There are few trees in it. The understory is open. You can move around easily in it. It's a kind of an ideal that came from Europe. It's incompatible with a real healthy forest. A healthy forest, you don't take the dead trees out, just as you don't take old humans out of a human population. They have a function, just like old humans do. They fall down. They return their nutrients to the soil. They, as old snags, they're a home for woodpeckers and beetles, and they're part of the life cycle of the forest, just as death is part of human life cycle. They contribute. The idea that there's this language that we got from the Forest Service. They talk about a clear cut, say, being good. It's good for the forest. Just clear it all out so the even age stand comes up. Well, that's not the way forests work. They talk about over-mature timber. Over-mature timber. We don't talk about over-mature humans. This idea, these concepts, the bogus science that produces this kind of concept of an over-mature tree. Nonsense. Any forest ecologist knows it's a vital part. It's part of the system. And the idea of sort of sanitizing it and making it more agreeable. And I just walked through this forest, and it's so rich. It's these gnarled old trees. They're far more beautiful than young, naive, straight trees. They're gnarled with history and their own experience. And they're a home for all these animals. For the eye, this kind of forest is so rich. There's so many textures in it. I mean, if you just look, as opposed to sort of a monoculture of even-aged trees with nothing underneath or little underneath. This is almost like a kind of chaparral. It's thick. You can't walk through it. Too bad for you, but great for bunnies and great for quail and great for the stuff that lives here. So it's a old, obsolete notion of how to handle forests. It's mid-20th century ideas, bad ideas from the Forest Service, which was basically a timber cutting operation until it got a little better. It began to go for ecosystem management as opposed to just sawlog timber production. But we swung back now to just logging. They talk about, in the same way they talk about over-mature timber, they talk about treatment. They plan to treat this place like doctors. It's not the way it works. You can't trust a forester to be a good doctor of forests because he's not going to do it. His basic thing is taking trees out. It's been his tradition forever. It's hard for them to get away from it. So I think we just need to let nature manage itself. It does so much better than we do. Our history is just full of examples of how it doesn't work. We think we know what we're doing, but we never do. There's always unintended consequences. There always are. It never works when we try to manage better than the hundreds of millions of years of natural management that landscape have had. It knows better than we do. So this is just another bad example of over manipulation by humans.